Victoria political reporter Simon Love is at the function. Simon, talk us through what was a very crucial win today for the opposition in Victoria.
Hello, Ash. Well, yes, you just heard from John Pesutto and Nicole Werner. Nicole Werner really paying tribute to her volunteers and her family, her mum and dad who were alongside her, and you'll probably still be able to see some of these pictures. The hugs now with John Pesutto, with Nicole Werner, her mum and dad who have been by her side at the polling booths the entire time. Now, the result tonight, it is emphatic for the Liberal Party. When you look at the two-party preferred figure, and perhaps we can bring that up, at last count, or even around about 45 minutes ago, it was looking at around about 54% for the Liberal Party. That, when you look at the VEC's website now, it's looking at 73.1%. The Australian Greens on 26%. So that is an emphatic victory for John Pesutto. And I think what John Pesutto's speech probably lends itself to is certainly he's got a bit of relief, given that if that primary went the other way, there would have been questions internally about his leadership. This is indeed a major marker for him, and no doubt something that he can tell his colleagues that he's been able to lead them to an emphatic victory and increase their margin here in Warrandyte. Now, the reason that this is so significant for our national audience is, of course, the Liberals lost at the November 2022 state election. It was a major loss. Matthew Guy was leading the party. John Pesutto won his seat, came back into Parliament, and then ultimately has been able to lead the Liberals to two successive by-election victories in the space of around about 8 months. So, going into Parliament next week, when the Liberals face up to Daniel Andrews, who of course Labor, with all sorts of dramas at the moment, with the Commonwealth Games and other issues, no doubt Labor will be trying to say that, well, hey, we didn't run in this by-election. You know, we weren't a competitor in this, so the Libs can certainly have that one. But Labor will be probably trying to get the focus away from this big win for the Liberals and expect to see a major piece of work, a housing statement released from Daniel Andrews in the next couple of days, which will include billions for spending. So the government will try and shift the focus to that. But the Liberals, Ash, as you can see tonight, and you can probably see behind me, that Nicole Werner now celebrating with John Pesutto, their family, and yeah, what a night it is for the Victorian Liberal Party. I think federally too, hopefully you've still got me there, Ash.
I've got you.
This is going to be a big leg up for the Victorian Liberals, particularly at a time when the Liberal Party lost the by-election in the very nearby seat of Aston. That by-election was the Liberal Party's to win, and well, at least to lose, and they did. Rashina Campbell was unable to get over the line, and there was a change of personnel within party headquarters. And now the new state director here, Sean Salmon, who's here tonight, will no doubt get a big kick out of this result. They had a loss in April in the Aston by-election, and now it seems they are certainly celebrating a win. Jane Hume is here. I'm not sure if you can see our other camera in the room. Hopefully you can indicate to me whether you're seeing this now. But Keith Wallahan is also here as well, and James Patterson. You can see John Pesutto there, obviously speaking to our colleagues in the media as well. So this is a victory that's being celebrated by the federal branch of the Liberal Party as much as the state branch of the Liberal Party. So what an emphatic victory tonight for the Liberal Party. And maybe I might be able to quickly have a quick chat with one of them just before we go off air, Ash. But this is an emphatic victory tonight for the Victorian Liberals, and those results, they certainly speak for themselves. In fact, I might ask one of John Pesutto's staffers if you can grab him for me. We'll just have a very quick word before we go off air. Appreciate that. So we're going to have a quick chat, hopefully, with John Pesutto, Ash. But yeah, what an emphatic victory tonight for the Victorian Liberal Party. Nicole Werner, of course, she lost at the Box Hill state election last year. That was the seat that she lives in, and now she will take a seat in Parliament on Tuesday when Victorian Parliament returns and they will ultimately have a new member, essentially. They'll still have the same number of seats in the Victorian Parliament, of course, the Victorian Liberals. But as you can see, the celebrating scenes over there, and maybe we can grab Nick Johnson. Come on over, John Pesutto, the Victorian opposition leader. You must be ecstatic.
I am. But look, it's been a hard-earned, victory tonight. We didn't take anything for granted. I know I'd spoken to you during the campaign about that, Simon. We never took anything for granted. I'm just so proud of the team.
There's 70% 2CP, and I think that last look at the primary, it was about 60%. Is that out of your wildest dreams?
Well, it is in this sense. I think tonight, for reasons that I explained before in my remarks, there will be an earthquake going off inside the Labor Party tonight, and well it might, because what's clear from this result today and in the campaign over the last 9 months is that people are over the Andrews government. They're over the corruption, they're over the incompetence, they're over the debt, the taxes, the interest, like $15 million interest a day. All of those things have come together, and as I said, there'll be a massive earthquake inside Labor tonight.
Is there a bit of relief for you, though, about your leadership? Because internally, people have been telling me within the party that if the primary went backwards, or the 2CP, that they would have been thinking about your leadership. Is this a completely different thing you can say to those people inside the party?
Well, what we all need to realise is that on these numbers, we win government. And I say to Liberals, and I know my Nationals colleagues share this with me, you work hard, you focus, you can win by earning the trust and confidence of the people. And what tonight has shown is that when we bring our A game, we win. And on these numbers, two things are certain. If we can keep doing this work, to party members everywhere and to Liberals right across the country, we can win. We can win on these. And for Labor, an earthquake going off tonight.
Gotta go. Thanks so much, John Pesutto. Ash, back to you. Big night here for the Liberals.